delighted. I feel very privileged to introduce you to Isa. What is fascinating for me when I look at her work, it's almost alive. There's a movement in there.
I used to go to the painters and show my work, and they would say, you work with clay, you're not, you know. And then I would go to the potter and say, you're a painter, you're not a potter. I'm a dancer, really. So my work is, I think the clay found me, and I'm really happy I did. So yes, it's a dance, and I try to dance with the clay, and I'm quite fascinated by the lines. So I think it's how I came to mosaic, and I think what also inspired me a lot, it was I come from France, and just across from my home house is a 12th century church, and lots of glass work, stained glass. So I love drying. So I'll take all this tracing paper. This is a bit thick of paper, but tracing is good. The best paper for me is, and it's incredible. It's tough, it gets wet and everything, but it's a newsprint. So anyway, I gotta cut a piece. When I cut, I always keep in mind my grouting line, because that's the trick, right? When you do the mosaic, when you gotta put them back together, you have to have the space for the pieces. So here we go, right on the clay, and then I draw directly. And so I use a whole bunch of stuff. I love those things. The little screwdriver thing that you find in a dollar store, they're good. And really, you know, just to write in the clay, those pens are fantastic. Take a picture of a landscape or anything, or you know, whatever, or a person, and just draw right on the clay. So when I do a piece, I think of all the lines, but I think about all the patterns that I can put together, like in a quilting, right? Like, see, if I do that and I go, ooh, I screw it up, so I should, if I'm a good girl, and I take my Valium, like a good girl. As I work with this dryness, then I can sort of recompose my puzzle, if you wish, or my mosaic, before it's too late, right? So I just finished a couple of commissions last year, and 82, 83 inches by 50 something, you know. So then everything is numbered. If I do a bigger piece, when I do a bigger piece, I just adjust it. So I'll cut chunks, try to make the most use of my clay as possible. I try to not waste clay, so I do tons of stuff with the leftover. And lots and lots of cookie cutters. I'm a cookie cutter. It's just I collect them, I go, every time I travel, I look for them. Look at this. I do indentation with anything. Wallpapers, you know, the nice wallpaper, anything. This is a slipper of my kid, I love the back of it. I had a kid, yes. I mean, I still have a kid, she's growing out of this, but I haven't. For example, let's say I'll cut a flower on a piece like this, and then I keep it and I reuse it for stamping things, right? And so I like the effect of one is relief, one is in, you know, I can play with that in and out stuff, because everybody throw them, I think it's doily from the, 60s, 70s, plastic, they go super nice. And I choose whatever design I like, right, for that. And then just pushing it nicely, tight, not too heavy. Make sure that I have all my design. There you go. Once fired, with a bit of shrinkage, that's the piece. All those colors here, like I have 3 to 4 coats. So my work is very time consuming. It's not, it's a slow process. But I can put a couple coats and then put black on top, or darker color. I go, like, it's almost like I do work the clay a bit like I would work on acrylic as well, or on watercolors. If you were to put, for example, a couple of a light coat and then a darker coat on top, then when you scratch, the other color appear under, and it just, you have a whole bunch of effect, like this kind, like for example, this is exactly what it is. Actually, in my latest piece, I paint on the grout as well, because grout is super great to paint on. It's like secco or fresco, if you wish, and you can it just absorb acrylic, so you can play on top of that, right? I do also a lot of gold. That's something that fascinates me. It's bad and toxic, but I'm addicted to it. It's probably the fumes, but it's just like, wow, every time I open the kiln, it's ooh. What I like about the clay, I found that it keeps me on the edge, like it keeps me guessing. Like it really walks me, like it's like I'm expecting something and it just comes out, and I have to, and it's a spiritual process for me as much as a physical healing. There is definitely a reason why we do this medium, rather, and why it chooses us.
We have learned a lot from you. Thank you.
Thank you.